Having a connection to a car is a very real thing.
Oh mein Gott, was bist du?
There really is some cool inside baseball for the Transformers franchise fans. They get to see triple changing Decepticons, which I think is really cool.
This is really the origin story of Bumblebee, and we get to see in this film how he came to be the bee that we know and love.
Du klingst ja fast wie eine kleine Hummel.
You also get a lot of information about the origin of the conflict between Transformers, Autobots and Decepticons.
Sie rufen eine Armee. Ich weiß aus erster Hand, wer diese Dinger wirklich sind.
Es gibt nur einen Weg, um diesen Krieg zu beenden. Du musst die Erde und ihre Bewohner beschützen.
Beautiful action sequences that are just unbelievable. To have been there and seen it happen was amazing, and to then see it come to life on screen is unreal.
I don't think sexual orientation poses a problem to the movie at all, but a great way to create sympathy and empathy for these rather cold transforming robots is to humanize them and to show people who care deeply about them. And I couldn't think of anyone better than Haley to do that. She did it amazingly well, regardless of whether someone is a male or a female or whatever. I think as long as you have that connection that establishes sympathy. When you establish sympathy, you become invested in the character. When you become invested in the character, you become invested in the story.
Even though the world has turned and things have evolved dramatically, and in a very positive way, it's still, certain aspect of our society still think within those very binary terms. And for me, I think this film shows that you can have a big action film with just a normal girl at the center of it, and it can appeal to pretty much everybody.
I remember going and seeing them and loving them and feeling like it was such an experience to sit through a film like that.
For me, the real reason I was drawn to this was when I was a kid, I absolutely loved the Transformers. I was around 9 years old when I first discovered them, and I just thought they were awesome. And so trying to capture that feeling when I first was exposed to them in the era that I was exposed to them was a ton of fun.
A connection to a car is a very real thing, and I know some of my friends will name their cars, talk to their cars. I don't. I haven't named mine, but I feel like I need to. That's your way to. That's your ticket to freedom and independence and being your own person. And there's really nothing like being able to get in a car and take yourself somewhere, whether it be somewhere with people or on your own. It's something that it's very freeing.
It was awesome. It was a 1984 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. It needed some work. I didn't pay attention to that. Instead, I put in a kick-ass stereo system. I was 14 and a half years old, and by the time I was 15 and a half, the transmission was smoked, and I needed to junk the car. So before I could even legally drive, I had owned and ruined my first car.
All of it. Thinking back to when I was a kid and how important music was for me, and so for so many people when they're teenagers, oftentimes you have a hard time articulating what it is that you're feeling, what it is that you're going through, and music can be one of those things that really helps to give voice to those feelings.
It's very character-driven. It's about this young girl and her family just as much as it's about her and this robot, and so there is really something in it for everyone, Transformers fans and non-Transformers fans.
So können wir sie aufhalten. Du hast mich. Und ich lass dich nicht im Stich.